On paper, your life is fine. Maybe more than fine. You have the job, or the relationship, or the apartment you once told yourself would be enough. By every measure you were taught to respect, you are doing well. And yet, there is a quiet hollowness to your days that you cannot explain or justify. It is almost worse because everything is fine. If life were obviously hard, the feeling would at least make sense. Instead, you feel empty in the middle of a life you are supposed to be grateful for. And so you feel guilty for feeling it at all. So you do the reasonable thing. You try to fill it. You buy something. You book the trip. You start the new show, the new hobby, the new relationship. And for a while, the noise of it covers the silence underneath. Then the silence returns, exactly as it was. Your emptiness is a signal. Here is the first thing worth understanding. That emptiness is a signal, and the information it is giving you about your life is accurate. We tend to treat emptiness as a void, an absence that needs to be filled. So we fill it with purchases and plans and distraction. But if filling it worked, it would have worked by now. The reason more never fills this void is that you have misread what the feeling is indicating. You have been treating an issue of meaning with a solution of pleasure. They are not the same thing, and one will never substitute for the other. The meaning-shaped hole. 2,500 years ago, Aristotle drew a line between two kinds of good life, and this distinction explains almost everything about why you feel the way you do. The first he called hedonia, pleasure, the satisfaction of wanting something and getting it. Good food, comfort, entertainment, the warm hit of a desire met. It is real, and it matters. But pleasure fades the moment the experience ends, which is why it has to be repeated endlessly to keep working. The second kind he called eudaimonia. There is no clean English word for it. It means something close to flourishing, the durable sense that your life is well lived and pointed at something worthwhile. Eudaimonia builds slowly out of effort and purpose and contribution, without the spike and crash of the pleasure. And it is produced by completely different things than pleasure is. Modern life is engineered, with extraordinary skill, to deliver the first and quietly starve the second. Almost every product and platform you touch is built to maximize pleasure and remove friction. So you can assemble a life that is, by design, maximally comfortable and minimally meaningful, and then wonder why it feels hollow. You are filling a meaning-shaped hole with pleasure-shaped things. Why comfort backfires? This points to an inconvenient truth. The emptiness may not be happening despite the fact that everything is fine. It may be happening because everything is fine. For almost all of human history, a person spent their days pushing against real resistance: food, shelter, safety, survival. The struggle was constant, and it gave each day an unmistakable point. We have spent centuries removing that resistance, and we were right to. But we may have removed something we needed along with it. A life with no struggle worth the name leaves the part of you built for striving with nothing to push against. The novelist Dostoevsky saw this coming. He argued that if you gave a person a life of perfect comfort, every need met and nothing left to want, they still would not be content. He was not romanticizing suffering. What he understood is that ease alone has never satisfied us. We want our lives to mean something, to cost something, to be the product of our own will. Comfort alone has never been enough for us. It never will be. The life beyond yourself. The most important voice on this was a psychiatrist named Viktor Frankl, who formed his ideas in the worst place imaginable, a Nazi concentration camp. He noticed that the prisoners who endured were often not the strongest, but the ones who had a reason to live, someone waiting for them, a work to finish, a meaning that pulled them forward. After the war, working with ordinary people in comfortable cities, he found the same emptiness you are feeling everywhere. He named it the existential vacuum. It is the sense of meaninglessness that arises once survival is a given, and the only question left is what all of it is actually for. He described a specific version of it he called the Sunday neurosis, the low, hollow dread that settles in when the busy week stops, the distractions fall away, and you are left alone with a life that has comfort but no purpose. And his conclusion overturns almost everything the modern world tells you. He argued you cannot pursue meaning or happiness directly. The harder you chase them as goals, the more they recede. Meaning is produced as a side effect of giving yourself to something outside yourself, never won by looking inward and asking what will make you happy. This is what the empty, comfortable life almost always has in common. It is a life curved inward, built around your own satisfaction, your own goals, your own feed. And a life spent entirely on yourself is structurally too small to feel meaningful. Researchers who study this find the same split Aristotle drew. Happiness tends to come from having your wants met. Meaning tends to come from giving, from contributing to people and things beyond yourself. How to actually fill it? So what do you do with an emptiness like this? The first move is the hardest, because it is the opposite of your instinct. Stop trying to fill it. Start trying to interpret it. Treat the feeling as a message, not a defect. This uncomfortable sensation is telling you that your life, as it's currently built, is aimed at the wrong target. Comfort and accumulation, rather than purpose and connection. The second move is to deliberately add back what comfort eliminated. Take on something difficult that genuinely matters to you. A hard skill, a demanding goal, a responsibility you cannot easily walk away from. Meaning grows out of effort spent on something you have chosen to care about. The cost is the point. The third move is to aim your life at something beyond yourself. The people who need you, the work that will outlast you, the craft or cause that does not revolve around your own comfort. This is the actual mechanism by which human beings come to feel that their lives matter. And finally, stop monitoring your own happiness. Constantly checking how content you feel is itself one of the surest ways to feel empty, because it keeps your attention fixed on yourself, which is exactly where meaning is not. Because the emptiness was the most honest part of you all along, the part that refused to accept comfort and meaning as the same thing. It was the signal assuring you that you were built for more than a constant state of ease. For effort that costs you something, for people who depend on you, for a life that points outward instead of folding in on itself. A fine life is not the goal. A fine life is what remains when you have removed every problem and forgotten to add a purpose. You do not need to fix your life. You need to fill it with something worth doing. The hollowness you have been trying to escape was pointing you somewhere the entire time. Your task now is simply to stop silencing it and follow where it leads. If this gave you something worth sitting with, give the video a thumbs up and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you know the moment each new episode appears from out of the blue.